Hello and welcome to A Closer Look. My name is Gail Tatum. With me today are 4 valedictorians. That's right, 4 valedictorians for the class of 1996 at North Penn High School. With me are Brian Questad, Al Luna, Christina Herbert, and June Choi. Welcome. I'm glad you're all with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you. I don't know if you understand the accomplishment that you have made by being valedictorians, but it certainly is a testimony to the fact that you all have worked very hard in school and taken your studies seriously, and we all are very, very proud of you. I'm going to ask each of you, if you can, to tell us where you're going to school and also where you're admitted. Brian, can you help us? We'll begin with you.
I applied to Duke and Harvard and Penn State, and I was accepted at all 3, and I'll be attending Harvard in the fall.
You're going to be attending Harvard. Now tell me, I know you have a sister who is at Penn State, so you had seen Penn State.
Yeah.
Now what about Duke? Did you visit Duke?
Duke I visited, right before I went to Harvard. I went right from Duke to Harvard.
All right, and you
But
visited
I
all
liked
3.
Harvard a lot better.
You just liked it better?
Yeah, it was more exciting.
More
Duke
exciting.
was a little bit slow.
Do you know what you're going to be studying? Have you declared a major, or do you have the
No.
luxury of not doing that yet?
I'm thinking about engineering sciences, but I used to be thinking about it.
Yes.
I don't know about it anymore.
No, you're not so sure. But you don't have to worry about that right away?
No.
No, okay. Al, what about you? Where did you apply?
I applied to Harvard, 6-year medical school, and University of Pennsylvania.
Wonderful.
I got accepted into University of Pennsylvania, 6-year medical school, and waitlisted at Harvard.
That's wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, did you visit, have you been down to Penn to look around?
Yeah, my sister goes there for the past 4 years.
Your
so
sister's there, so
got
that's a very
good taste of
comfortable
it.
feeling, and you're used to that. Great. And you are a pre-med student.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you some more about that in a minute. I think that's great. And that's declared, and you feel very sure about that.
Well, I'm probably going to take the pre-med requirements, but I'm probably
Yes.
going to major in biological basis of behavior.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Christina, what about you?
I was accepted at Boston University, George Washington University, Northwestern, and the University of Pennsylvania.
And you are going to?
I'm going to the University of Pennsylvania.
You're going to the University
Yeah.
of Pennsylvania. And you visited, did you visit all the schools?
Yeah, I visited all 4.
All 4. That's wonderful. And do you have a declared major, or are you waiting as well?
I'm planning on majoring in environmental science and German.
Okay. All right. And now German, I know, I'll talk to you some more about that in a minute.
Right.
You had an experience in Germany.
Right, I spent my junior year in Salzgitter.
Right.
For the entire year, I went to the Kraniche Gymnasium there.
Right. I want to talk to you. I'll ask you some more about that in a minute.
Okay.
June, what about you? Where did you apply?
I applied to Harvard, Yale, and MIT, and I got accepted to Harvard and Yale and waitlisted at MIT.
Go figure.
I don't
And
know.
you are going where?
I'm going to Harvard University.
You're going to Harvard University. And have you declared a major at this point?
We're not required to do so
Okay.
before the end of the freshman year, but
Right.
I'm thinking, I used to think about pre-medicine. I was gung-ho doctor type, and now I'm more leaning towards pre-law.
Pre-law. Okay, that's good. So we'll have 2 sets of classmates. 2 of you will be at Harvard together, and 2 of you will be at Penn together. I think that's exciting. And you can sort of watch out for each other, even if you don't spend all your time together. You can watch out for each other on the campuses, and that's really exciting. Al, I want to talk to you for a minute about your sense of pre-med. What is it that makes you feel that that's an area that you want to pursue?
Well, it's basically the only thing I've ever wanted to do in my entire life. I've pursued, looked into engineering, business, law, but nothing really, turned me on the way pre-med did. I mean, just the fact that you're curing people and they're touching people and touching their lives. It's amazing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I wish you good luck with that.
I appreciate that.
You are the newest member of this foursome to be at North Penn High School.
Yes.
You've only been with us a short time.
I moved here in the middle of my junior year in December.
Right. And you had told me earlier you came to the United States when you were very little
Almost one.
from
Guatemala.
Guatemala
Yes.
and moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I moved inside Pennsylvania around 7 times.
7 times. That's a lot of moving.
A tad.
That's a lot of moving. And North Penn is really a new home for you.
It's the best school I've been to.
Is it?
It's an amazing school.
Good, good.
It's terrific.
Well, we hope you're well prepared for Penn. I think you will be.
I hope so too.
I think you will be. Christina, tell us a little bit about your junior year.
I went over to Salzgitter, Germany, and I attended the Kraniche Gymnasium. All my classes were in German, and my host family were the Golnicks. Their son was here for the year, and they were great. I had to learn German really quickly, but they helped out a lot.
How is it that you made a choice to do that?
My family's German originally, and it was just something I'd always wanted to do. So I applied in my sophomore year through the school. The International Friendship Committee
Yes,
sends 2 students every year.
Yes.
So I was chosen to go, and I was thrilled. about it.
Salzgitter is a sister school to North Penn.
Right.
And so we've had an exchange for many years with Salzgitter and
Right.
Allen as well. But still, to go away for your junior year in high school is a pretty ambitious thing to do. I think it takes a little
It was
courage.
great. I learned a lot there.
Would you recommend that to other students?
Definitely.
Would
yeah.
you? They shouldn't
meet
fear.
a lot of people there.
That's great.
Have a lot of fun.
And you come back very fluent in German. Your
Yeah.
German classes are probably very easy now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Definitely.
That's good. Brian, I know that you were involved with the mock convention, but tell me about other things that you've done at North Penn in your time here.
Well, I played football for however many years.
And what
I don't know.
position did you play?
I played fullback past
played?
2 years.
Okay.
I was editor-in-chief of the yearbook this year. I've been an editor for 3 years, but this year I finally got to the top of the ladder.
That's a big job. And is it done for this year?
The yearbook's done,
Yearbook's
yeah.
done. Have
It's
you
coming out 2 days.
In 2 days?
Yeah,
Okay, I
it's
bet you
exciting.
can't wait to see it.
I can't wait.
That's
Hopefully
exciting.
it's good, because if they messed it up with the publisher, I'm going to be really mad.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I've been on student government as a senator, and I've done, Big Brother, Big Sister program, stuff like that. Just trying to keep a little bit of a hand in everything.
And tell us a little bit about the mock convention, what that was, and your role in that. 'cause I know
well,
that
we
was
took-
important too.
We took 2 days. We took juniors and seniors out of all their classes, and we simulated a nomination convention. This year it was Republican because 4 years ago it was Democratic.
Right, they alternate.
I was a permanent chairman, so I was just responsible for pretty much running the
It's a lot of
show.
details, isn't it?
Yeah, we did platform discussion the first day. We got a feel for what the students wanted, and the second day we did nominations. We ended up with Colin Powell and Christy Todd Whitman for
Very
vice
good.
president and
It's a
president.
good slate.
Yeah.
It's a good slate. Well, that's good. So you've been really busy in your time at
Yeah,
North Penn.
very.
I believe of the 4 of you, you are the person who has been at
I'm
North
the-
Penn since the beginning,
Yep.
isn't that right?
I'm the only veteran.
You started in kindergarten.
Yep,
Is that right?
Yep.
So you've been with us for 13 years.
that's
13 years.
correct.
Yeah. Al, I know you told me that you were involved with tennis last year
Yeah.
at North Penn. Is that right?
Yep.
You came mid-year.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Middle of my junior year.
Middle of your junior year, but were able to play in the tennis team last year.
Yeah.
That's good.
That
So
was-
that was a good experience for
I
you?
just started playing tennis for the first time just a couple months beforehand.
Is that right?
Got a knack for it, so.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it was
That was a
perfect.
good
Liked it
thing.
a lot.
What are your other areas of interest? I know that you haven't had a chance to be involved in as many things at North Penn because you
Right.
haven't been here as long. What
Well-
other things do you like to do?
Oh, I like to go to the movies, hang out with my friends, go rock concerts. But in school, I like to tutor a lot. I like to volunteer, like to the hospital. I did that for a while.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice
You
feeling.
get some experience for your
Exactly.
future career.
Yes.
That's good. Christina, what have been your major activities here?
I've been involved in the German club and in the International Friendship Club, and I'm also in the Marching Knights. So I play the saxophone in that
Okay.
in fall.
So you were with the Marching Knights as a sophomore,
Right,
and again this year.
right.
All right, and that's a huge commitment.
Yeah, keeps us pretty busy
It
in
does
the fall.
keep you busy. Okay, so those have been your major activities. Okay. June? I know you've been in student government, I believe. Is that
No.
right? No.
I was the treasurer for the
Treasurer
class
for your
government
class,
in my junior and this year.
All right.
I was in track. I wasn't that good, but
That's all right.
I just decided that I wanted to try a sport before I went to college.
Uh-huh.
I was president of the Korean Club.
All right.
I volunteered at Abington Memorial Hospital,
Mhm.
which is about 30 minutes from here.
Yes.
Which was a really good experience.
Huh. And what did you do? What kinds of things did they have you
I
do?
basically helped the nurses,
Huh.
along with their daily lives, getting the medicines, getting blood from the blood bank, feeding patients,
Just sort of getting a handle on
cleaning
things.
up, yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. I was in NHS,
Mhm.
doing the Special Olympics type things, and
Good.
that's
So
about
you've
it.
been busy too.
And I ran the Colin Powell campaign. Well, I didn't run it, but I was a
You were
part,
part
of
of
the
that.
Colin Powell campaign,
Were you?
and I was very thrilled that he
Your
did get the
candidate
nomination.
won. That's
yeah.
good. That was a good experience. I know I was here for part of that, and I enjoyed it. It's pretty lively, and it really involves lots of students, which is great. Which is great. Well, you've all been at North Penn for a while. Tell me what you feel North Penn has given to you. Are there things that you feel have been important that it's helped you with? Who would like to go first? Brian?
I will. Excuse me. I think that the most I've got from North Penn comes from the diversity of the different people. There's so many different kinds of people, and there's so many different views represented, and I think that it's taught me sort of like a respect for other people and what they believe, and it taught me to realize that other people believe what they believe for a reason, and not to be so judgmental. And
That's wonderful.
yeah,
That's wonderful. I think with the student body this large, that's one of the benefits, isn't it? That you see lots of different people. Would you agree with that, others of you?
Definitely.
Yes? You feel that same way? That same way. Are there other things that you feel have been important in North Penn?
I thought the education was terrific. I mean, I moved here from Lower Moreland, and it was a really tiny school. And then coming here with so many people, it was, I think they really encouraged me to do well, and it was a lot more competitive.
And clearly you met the match here.
Right.
You've done very well. That's good. That's good. June, what about you? How do you feel about North Penn? And I know you've told me you felt okay about it. Are there things you think we could do better than this?
Well, as Brian said, I really love the diversity, and I think there is no other school in the area that does quite as good a job about making a majority student feel welcome. And I think that's a great part of the school, and I do think the academic curriculum is strong, but I think just one thing we could do to make North Penn even better is everybody just concentrate on the education and just focus on that. And I think if we can keep children in mind, always whatever decision we make, then we will always make the right decision.
That's good. That's good. As a head of the Korean American Cultural Society,
Yes.
you represent other members of your cultural background. Do you feel that as your group feels included at North Penn?
I think North Penn is a place where you can be as included as you want. It's if some people are very included and some people are not, but it's just a matter of how much you want to be included. It's not a matter of being excluded, and I think that's great.
That's
about
good.
North Penn.
That's good that people didn't feel excluded. That's good.
Some
Al,
people sort of choose to exclude
Right.
themselves,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But that's
Yeah.
their choice, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I know you're all about to launch out into society and begin new steps for yourself, and I'm sure you don't know what you're going to be doing yet. You don't. There's no reason for you to have any sense of that. But do you have any wishes for yourself, or for other people, or for society in general that you would wish for them, Brian?
Well,
Now that you mention it, I think. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, and I know that there's no way that I can make the world a better place because I don't know what everybody wants. I don't know what people are looking for. If I did, then I would try and give it to them. But I think that what is really important to me personally, maybe not to everyone else, but I think it would help, is if everybody would take time each day just to sit and figure out what they really believe and who they really are, rather than just running around all the time being completely confused and giving lip service to things that they don't really believe in just because that's what people tell them to believe in. And I think it's more important for you to be comfortable with yourself than to try to please everyone else by just saying something.
That's a nice wish.
Yeah.
That's a nice wish. I would like to see that happen as well. That
Yeah,
would be a
well,
nice
I don't know
thing.
about that.
It may. How about you? Do you have any thoughts?
My one wish,
Yes.
and it sounds sort of like a Miss America wish,
Yes.
but I don't have any concrete ideas, but I think one very important thing would be that if we could just all try to understand just a little bit about what another person might be feeling in this situation, if we forget about ourselves for just a second and try to promote somebody else's welfare, it doesn't have to be that's what your life calling. If just for a second you can do that, and I think a lot of the world's problems would be solved. Not solved, but we could all understand, and there wouldn't be as much conflict. And I know that sounds very ideal and naive, but I think that's a very simple solution to the violence and the hatred.
Well, we'd be mindful of somebody else's position before we leap to conclusions and avoid
I think it's hard for people to realize that, I mean, I don't even know if it's true, but it seems like everyone probably sees things completely differently,
Sure.
just because we've all lived different lives.
That's right.
And I think it's hard for people to look at someone else and listen to what they say, and before they say anything, think, well, maybe if I was them, I would think the same thing. And people get caught up in they think everyone should see things the same way they do.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't always happen.
Society
Promotes
society
the
rates
race.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
If we
Really
could
help
just,
that.
if we can all just clear our minds a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything, Christina? Things that you would hope for?
Let's see. I guess I would say if to improve the world, if everyone would just kind of improve themselves first, I think things would work out better. If they would strive to do their best and be the best person they can be, the whole world would be a better place.
Be a
I
better
think.
place.
Yeah.
Self-realization.
Pardon me?
Self-realization.
Self-realization. Be what you think you can be and work towards that end. Work towards that end. I wanted to ask each of you to take a minute to think about this. If you were asked to give a gift to North Penn, to the school, tangible or intangible, not just a thing, but something, what would that look like? What would you wish for North Penn as you leave? What would you give?
Another high school.
You would give another high school.
Yep. We need it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, if you ask the students,
How about any of the others of you? Do you have any idea of what that would look like? No?
Besides the dome stadium and the indoor track, I just think it would be the idea that we can be, we can succeed as a school and as individuals, and there's nothing we really can't do if we really put our minds to it. And if people stop thinking about what they can't do and what they can do, I think that would be the...
You think it would be good?
Yeah.
We could do that. That would be good.
I think I'd also try to give him another Dr. Bond. That's going to be rough without him. Oh, sorry. I did too.
Someone who loves us
Yeah.
Someone who loves you.
unconditionally, yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be tough to find
The
someone.
whole student
Right.
body
I'm
is
just gonna
really
take a
very
while.
positive
Mm-hmm.
because of him.
Yes,
People
you
get
feel-
involved and do things.
He encourages
Right.
you. Do you agree with that too?
I totally agree with that.
Do you? Do you? You hadn't seen you in all the schools that you've been to.
I've
you
never seen
hadn't-
anybody quite like him.
Nobody's quite like
He's in
him.
there with the
Charismatic.
students. He's rolling around in the mud with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. what he
He's the
does.
only one I actually liked.
Well, that's good. That's good. I know we all are going to miss him, and he has been a real positive influence here. That is a loss for all of us. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. I don't know if you have anything you want to say as we leave this brief conversation that we've had. I'm looking forward to your speeches, which are, it's only a little over a week away, and you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity in those speeches to say some important things to your classmates. So I hope you give it good thought. We'll all be looking forward to that and anxious to hear what you have to say. So I wish you good luck. We are all very proud of you as a community. We share in a pride of what you've accomplished. You need to know that. Every time one of the North Penn students succeeds, we all succeed. So thank you for that. Thanks
you.
for being
Thank
with me today. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My name is Gail Tatum. This has been A Closer Look. Thanks for joining me.
It's only a little motor oil,
A little paint.
a little fertilizer.
You're looking at a sea of excuses, created drop by people like you and me. Help save our waters. If we all do a little, we can do a lot.
Never leave a campfire unattended. Make sure there's water and a shovel handy.
We know we can count on you to do what Smokey says.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.